HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. To today's edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. The Boston Marathon took place this past Monday, April 15th. Here's a look at some of the scenes courtesy of Denise Antaki. It was a beautiful sunny day with temperatures in the high 60s. New England Patriots Super Bowl champion tight end Rob Gronkowski was the grand marshal of this year's marathon. It was the 100th start out of Hopkinton. The marathon was first ran in 1897 with just 15 people participating, 10 of which were able to finish the race. The Boston Marathon start line moved to Hopkinton in 1924 when the official distance of a marathon became 26.2 miles. This year, close to 30,000 athletes from 129 different countries participated. It was another successful year of the Boston Marathon. In the men's wheelchair race, Marcel Hug of Switzerland, aka the Silver Bullet, broke his own course record despite a slight crash towards the finish. Marcel Hug won the Boston Marathon for his 7th time and bested his 2023 record, finishing with a time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 33 seconds. Marcel Hug finished just over 5 minutes in front of second-place finisher, American Daniel Romanchuk. In the women's wheelchair race, a 22-year-old from Portsmouth, England, named Eden Rainbow Cooper won her first marathon with a time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 11 seconds. Cooper finished 90 seconds in front of second-place finisher Daniela Shar out of Switzerland. In the men's elite runners race, Sise Lima of Ethiopia took his first Boston Marathon win with a time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 17 seconds. Sise Lema finished 41 seconds over second-place finisher Mohamed Essa. Evans Shabet from Kenya finished in third place. 7th-place finisher CJ Albertson was the only American in the top 10 finishers for the men's race. In the women's elite runner race, it was a dramatic finish between the first and second place finishers. Helen Obiri out of Kenya took the win, finishing just 8 seconds before fellow Kenyan and second place finisher Sharon Lokedi. Helen Obiri took her second straight Boston Marathon win in the women's race at a time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 37 seconds. Congratulations to the Boston Athletic Association, the 26.2 Foundation, and the Hopkinton Marathon Committee on another successful year of the Boston Marathon, and also a big congratulations to all who participated in this year's race. Two and 0 Hiller Boys Lacrosse battled 2-1 Westwood on Monday, April 8th. Wally Henneberry was on the call. It was a 8-8 game with 41 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Right, he's going to try to get in deep. Defense pulls him out, pulls it out, pulls it back in. Looks for a cutter, got a guy in the middle, yes! And we've got a goal for the Hillers to go up 1 goal just before the end of the third period. Great pass and a Cooper Goodman with the goal, his first goal of the game.
Hillers led 9-8 heading into the fourth quarter.
If I were Kyle Harvey picking that ball with the long pole, I would have shot that from back here. But it doesn't matter. The Wolverines get a goal anyway on a disjointed defensive play by the Hillers, trying to get back on D. Moving the ball around. O'Brien's got it. He's going to rip a shot. He scores! He scores to give the Hillers the lead with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Big goal for Sam O'Brien. Minute to go in the game. Hillers are up by 1. Ball gets taken away by Burns. Scooped up by Westwood. He puts it in. What a turn of events.
The fourth quarter ended in a 10-10 tie, forcing overtime.
He makes his move. Here he comes. Makes a move. Goes right, left, fakes right, goes left, turns. Looking right. Shoots. He scores! Del Ponte from behind the net makes his move and wins the game for the Hillers in overtime. A spectacular game where the Hillers come out on top 11-10.
Logan Del Ponte nets the game-winning goal about 1 minute into the sudden death overtime, and the Hillers improve to 3-0 on the season. A tremendous win for the Hillers over Westwood. The Hillers snap a long losing streak over a tremendous Westwood lacrosse program. Following a loss in Medfield this past Thursday, the Hiller boys lacrosse team enters week 3 with a 3-1 record on the season. 1-1 Hiller baseball took on 1-1 Westwood Tuesday night. The game was tied at 4-7. 1 out in the top of the 8th with a man on base. Could the Hillers get out of it?
That hit him, and that'll bring in a run. Well, that is the last thing you wanted to do there if you were McCann. An automatic run there as Teixeira comes around from third to score. Harris up to third, Dayton to second, Chandler to first. And Hunter coming up to the plate for Westwood, but we're going to have a pitching change before that happens. Hillers have had a couple fielding mishaps this evening. And that is going to get away from the catcher. A wild pitch, another run scores.
Westwood plates a pair of runs and would end up taking the 6-4 win. Hiller baseball falls to 1-2. Also on Tuesday night, 2-0 Hiller softball battled 2-0 Westwood. It was a 2-2 game in the top of the 5th. The Wolverines came up with a plethora of runs in the top of the 5th. The 5-run top of the 5th would be all Westwood needed as they went on to take the win 12-6. Hiller softball, who will be on the road for their next 6 games, enters week 3 at 2-1 overall. Hiller boys and girls outdoor track and field were also in action against Westwood on Tuesday. Here's a look. A good battle on the track and field course. The Hiller boys and girls both got the wins. Boys won 107-29. The girls won 96-40. Both teams are now 2-0 on the season. Hiller Girls Lacrosse hosted Medfield this past Thursday. Medfield would prove to be too much for the young Hiller team as the Warriors took the win 20-2. The Hillers are 1-4 on the season. Hiller boys tennis got shutout wins over Ashland and Westwood this week. The team now stands at 4-0 overall. The Hiller girls tennis team lost a close one in Westwood by a final of 3-2. The girls team has 2 wins and 1 loss on the season.
We are going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more HCAM news ahead. Don't go anywhere.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Actually, just the glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you?
Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous.
I'm Cindy Donda, and I'll see you there.
The Hopkinton Public Library Foundation hosted their first coffee house on Saturday, April 6th. The event featured the music and dancing of Flamenco Boston. Here's a look at the captivating and memorable performance.
My name is Antonio and I play guitar, flamenco guitar.
And my name is Anna and I sing.
And my name is Joshi, I'm a flamenco dancer.
And how long have you all been performing together?
Losing count now, but probably, I don't know, 10 years? At least 10 years.
10 years,
Yeah.
at least
Yeah,
10 years.
at least 10 years, we'll say that. Yeah, this was our first time performing here, and a lot of people came out, so it was nice to feel that energy. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and the place is beautiful. The acoustics were great, which is always, always appreciated, and the energy was good to feed off of and to work off of.
Terrific. And you play all around the country, statewide mostly? Where do you play mostly?
Mostly in New England, mostly in Boston area. We have a regular gig at Tres Gatos and Jamaica Plain, first Wednesday of every month. But otherwise, we're kind of all over the place.
Unless you want to hire us somewhere far,
Yeah.
we'll come.
We'll travel for flamenco.
How long have you been dancing for?
Let's see, I have been dancing flamenco like 25 years. So studying in Spain, my journey started studying in Spain, and now I'm here in Boston and I'm dancing flamenco.
Where can people find you?
FlamencoBoston.com or Flamenco Boston on Instagram and Facebook. And that's flamenco with the C, not a G. It's not Flamingo Boston, it's Flamenco Boston. Yeah.
For more information about the talented performers, you can check them out online at flamencoboston.com, and be sure to be on the lookout for more Hopkinton Public Library Foundation coffee houses coming up in the near future.
In 1924, the Boston Marathon course was lengthened to 26 miles, 385 yards, to conform to what had become the accepted distance for a marathon, and the starting line was moved west to Hopkinton.
The 26.2 Foundation and the Hopkinton Center for the Arts are excited to celebrate this momentous year in Hopkinton, along with several other community organizations including the Marathon Committee, Hopkinton Parks and Rec, the Hopkinton Library, and the Hopkinton Historical Society. Thank you for celebrating Hopkinton's 100th start of the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. We love our small town that once a year shines in a global spotlight.
Got nothing against the big town. Still hayseed enough to sail a cruise in the big town. But my bed is in a small town. Oh, that's good enough for me. Well, I was born in a small town, and I can breathe in a small town. Gonna die in a small town. Well, that's probably where they'll bury me. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm asked all the time, what does Hopkinton really think about the Boston Marathon, and isn't it a disturbance, and doesn't it disrupt things? Let me give you an example of what I saw earlier today. Faith Community Church is about a mile down the street from the starting line. There were 40, 50 volunteers in the room stuffing 30,000 runner packets. That story never gets told very far and wide, but one of the intriguing parts of the package are safety pins. I mean, this goes back a long way. I thought by now they'd find a new way to put bibs on people's singlets. These are 4 pins put together by the seniors in Hopkinton at the Senior Center. So I don't want to hear anybody ever again talk to me about how deep the roots are between Hopkinton and the Boston Athletic Association.
I'm honored to be here. I'm honored that Dell is a part of this community, has been a part of this community, and continues to be a part of this community. So, look, thank you, Tim, for having me here. Thank you for, Hopkinton being the perfect distance to be able to run a marathon, right? Hey, look, sometimes you get lucky, right? But honestly, it's a pleasure to work where I work. It's a pleasure to be part of this town, be part of this community, and, working with the Chamber of Commerce and all the things that we do together. And, look, I do a lot, as Tim said. My day job is I run global technical support, but my side hustle is community.
Ashland and Hopkinton together, strong partnership. We share the marathon. You have it now. Maybe the next 100 years we'll get it back. I don't know, but certainly appreciate that, and looking forward to working with you. I do have something for you. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Yes. So Ashland is known as the home of the electric clock. So this is, and of course timing is very important to the marathon. So pleased to give this to you, and congratulations.
My name is Paul DeBonner. I've been a resident here since 1978 and a member, as Tim said, of the first marathon committee. As Tim mentioned, after the race in '78, the Commonwealth believed the town needed to do some real improvements to make the marathon happen here in Hopkinton. So our committee was formed in '79 and included a total of 17 members, many who have since passed, but names like Chief Bowker, John Palmer, Harold Rathburn, Arthur Stewart, Dr. Bobeck, Tim Kilduff, who was our chair, Bill Thomas, Cookie Cumlin, Rosemary Lynch, and the BAA liaison, Tom Brown.
On behalf of the Alpha Omega Council and all the Greek Americans, we thank Hopkinton for being there for all of our runners, for propelling them to their victory. And we'd like to present a framed photograph of the spirit of the marathon to Muriel and to the people of Hopkinton.
This is from 2021. I run all the time around, I live in Hopkinton, as everyone knows, and the town's been under construction for many years, and during that time, they were ripping up the start line, and actually, there was a big shovel and crane that was way down the street. So I was running by, and I just said to this guy, can I have a piece of that? Because that's never going to happen again.
So marathon represents exactly the effort that all of us have to make in order to surpass our own limits. And believe me, there is nothing more Greek than trying to become better than what you actually are.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Massachusetts General Court hereby congratulates the residents of the town of Hopkinton on the 100th anniversary of the Boston Marathon start line in the town of Hopkinton, and be it further resolved that a copy of these resolutions be transmitted forthwith by the clerk of the Senate to the town clerk of Hopkinton, and it's signed by me, Karen Spilka, as Hopkinton Senator and as Senate President, and signed by Representative James Arena DeRosa for you. Come over.
And the staff, led by Jack Fleming, and the staff here, I want every member of the staff from the BA to stand up. It's tough enough to do the job, but when you get So I want to let you all know that we hear you, we support you, thank you for everything you do, and sometimes it may seem like it's not going to end, the waves just keep coming and coming. But I want you to stay strong because you got a lot of supporters. As you can see here tonight, keep doing the job that you're doing and keep doing it well. You get and represent the start-to-finish line. That's what will be painted on the start line. And
thank you, Jack.
So,
Jack, thank you.
Thanks, Jack, for doing that. Let me get over here, Jack.
This has been in a box, and I'm not kidding, since about 1984, and I think it needs to be in your case.
It's time to tell you about some happenings in town you should know about. On Monday, April 22nd from 4 to 8 p.m., visit Blue Square Pizza, and a portion of the proceeds will go to the Hopkinton Emergency Fund. That is Monday, April 22nd from 4 to 8 p.m. The Hopkinton Women's Club will host the 36th annual Meet the Candidates Night. It'll be live at the HCAM studios on Tuesday, April 23rd at 7 p.m. Tune in to meet this year's Hopkinton Town Election candidates. That's the 36th annual Meet the Candidates Night, hosted by the Hopkinton Women's Club. The Hopkinton Freedom Team and the Hopkinton Center for the Arts present a Call for a Just World. It will take place Friday, April 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. There will be poetry and music over at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts Loft at 98 Hayden Rose Street. That's the Hopkinton Freedom Team and the HCA, a call for a just world through poetry and music. Our picture of the week, courtesy of Denise Antaki. This is the men's elite runners of the 100th Boston Marathon start in Hopkinton, the 128th Boston Marathon. You can view a photo gallery at oursceneinhopkinton.org. Upcoming town government meetings include on Monday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. The Planning Board will be live on HCAM TV. And on Tuesday, April 23rd at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton Women's Club Meet the Candidates Night live on HCAM. Don't forget, Hopkinton Annual Town Meeting is May 6th at 7 p.m. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov. And for more information, you can visit the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we're out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we will be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.